Hi, I'm Donna. Everyone has their own leadership style, and sometimes we find that out by doing, and other times we learn and we develop and we grow. But ultimately, we show up at work with our own leadership style. To be effective in today's modern workplace, there are 6 attributes or skills that you can draw upon that form a secret sauce for compassionate and effective leadership. You might season your existing leadership with this, or you might learn that you're already doing some of this. So what is the secret sauce? Well, there are 6 ingredients, so let's get cooking. The first ingredient is active listening. And you might say, well, that's a standard soft skill, and it really is. But active listening in its truest sense is whole body listening, and this really matters. It really inspires trust, people feel heard, and you'll get a deeper understanding as a leader as to what's going on with people. So you're listening for what's said, you're also listening for what's not said. You're also kind of reading the room, if you will, and picking up on those subtle cues. The thing with the active listening is actually taking some action as well. So you're not only nodding in the right places, summarising and feeding back that you've understood and empathising, but you're also going to take some actions. So that might mean listening carefully and actually understanding that somebody needs a little more time on a project, or they may need some time or flexibility afforded them in the workplace. And it might be that they're telling you things you really didn't know before, and it might be about the team. So it might be a bit of an open door into understanding other dynamics that are going on. Ingredient number 2 is emotional intelligence, and that's around your emotional quotient. The key ideas around this are recognising not only your own but others' emotions. So it's really keen in creating this supportive working environment where you're aware of yourself but you're also aware of what's happening with others within the team. This creates a really supportive work environment that people will thrive in. The kinds of attributes that you're looking for a higher emotional quotient are things like self-awareness, so you'd score high on there, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, you'd score high on the empathy, so relating with others and understanding. You'd also score high on your interpersonal skills, so the communication 101. You're adaptable and you can manage conflict. You don't shy away from it, you will actively manage it. You'd also have a mindset of can do and will do, and a willingness to be there, so you've got quite a positive mindset, and you're resilient. Now, I have to say, when I hear the words being resilient, it sometimes puts me in mind of, yes, an employer who will treat you all kinds of ways, but you deal with it. But this is more resilience, as in you can weather a storm, and it's holding firm, holding your values, holding your team together in times when it's really difficult. An example might be where you're working with an employee who appears to be having a really tricky time, and they might be showing, they might be frustrated, they might be a bit irritable, they're just not themselves. And you notice this, and it's really easy to just kind of ignore it's nothing to do with you, but actually it is. So taking time to create some space, some safe space to have some discussions with that person is tuning into them and recognising what it might mean for you, because you might have other stuff going on, but it's prioritising others in a way. The third ingredient to our beautiful sauce is around empowerment. So it's being the leader who empowers the team. This is around trust. And it's trusting yourself to let go, but it's trusting the team primarily to get the job done. It's trusting that they have the skills, the ability, you can give them the autonomy around this, and that is very empowering. It releases their creativity. They can work in a really positive way. They probably come up with solutions more than you would, to be fair, because we've got this mindset that works together, and they're motivated, there's energy in there. So it then builds this sense of belonging, there's collaboration, there's trust within the team. It also builds inclusivity. So it helps where everybody's understood and known and accepted. And it moves away from the in crowd where we've got cliques, we've got groups of people who are seen as in, and that might include the leader, often does. It shifts away from that because everybody's in. So there's none of this us and them. There's no hierarchy within the team. It's a much more inclusive and accepting place to be. And as such, your employees will thrive in that environment. The fourth ingredient is psychological safety. So a team that has this open communication that feels safe, where there isn't judgment, where people can say what's on their mind, what's on their heart. They might have ideas that are terrible, funny, ridiculous, and it's okay because it's out of this culture, this beautiful, fertile team where everybody has a voice, everybody can be heard, and it's all right to say some of the wild stuff because out of the wild stuff comes the really great stuff often. So people are creative and they feel safe to be creative. They're not judged, they're not dismissed, they're not laughed at. That is a real kind of winning formula for a team. And this is one of the secrets to allow that, to bring that, to encourage that as a leader. This really contrasts the blame kind of culture and teams that you can have where nobody dare step a foot out of line because wrath will rain down on them either from their leader, their co-workers. It's like, whose fault is it? It's very stifling, holds people down. So this really contrasts with that. The fifth ingredient is recognition and appreciation. So where a leader will openly and honestly point out where people have done well, absolutely name it, absolutely say it to them and say it to others. It doesn't turn into a high five back slapping environment the whole time. And it really does rely on detail. It's where a leader will notice the small things that people did or a collection of those that made something that went from good to great, and it's recognising, pointing that out. People respond very well to that. It's very motivating. People are recognised, and that links in with the inclusivity because sometimes people contribute and it's not noticed if they're a quieter person or they keep themselves to themselves, but they're doing absolutely fantastic. So that emotionally mature with the great qualities around emotional intelligence, that will spot where people are going the extra mile, and it might not be a mile. It's that detail, it's that push through, it's that innovation and spotting it, recognising it, naming it, and it works wonders. It's really beautiful to get that feedback. I've been in a team where there's a kindness recognition, and anybody can just fill in a form, you know, no biggie, very quick and easy to do, and it recognises where somebody's done something and this is passed on to that person and it's anonymous. So that person doesn't know who said that, but they know that they've been noticed. It works wonders. It's really great for morale, and ultimately it's great for productivity. The sixth ingredient is really how the leader shows up in we call it servant leadership or savant. And that's really about shifting the paradigm of leadership from I know and kind of follow me and I'm in charge to, okay, I'm going to be taking care actually of the team. I'm going to remove blockages. I'm going to make work life easier. I'm going to pitch in. I will roll my sleeves up and I will get involved where I need to. There might be deadlines to work to. This leader will get in there and do some of the work. It's not just a matter of, well, you know, you need to do that and you need to do that. But when time's pressed, they will get involved. This leader prioritises employee well-being, overall well-being. And studies do show that actually in terms of productivity, staff retention, satisfaction in the role, this in itself, prioritising well-being, works. And so as a leader, it's really worth considering how you might shift from being in charge to taking care of the team. So there you have it, based on the evidence. So the research is out there from a range of fields: psychology, neuroscience, organisational behaviour. These are 6 attributes of an effective modern leader. These attributes make you a compassionate leader. You foster a supportive and engaging workplace. It's an inclusive environment. People are feeling empowered. You get higher levels of engagement, of trust in the organisation, trust in the leadership. You've got people that want to stay in the jobs. You actually get to be the place where people want to come to work. People can be creative, and it's a very human thing to do, is have that autonomy and ability and opportunity and space to be creative in the work that we do. These are the sorts of things that we need to be thinking about and bringing to the fore to be successful in today's modern workplace. Until next time.